Gashku has always been my deepest, greatest love. The word Gashku, for those who don't know, means training in the outdoors, getting rid of the city cobwebs that are in one, training very, very hard, and having good laughter and that type of thing in the evening over a campfire.
Our Gashku is about to start. We have a lot of work to do. We'll be having a number of training sessions today, and we'll be doing a couple tomorrow.
Training is going to be very hard. I'm sure all of you will make it.
And just remember one thing, that the main purpose of this training is to build strong spirit and awareness.
We had all sorts of things like where you went and there were wild animals around some of the place. We had a whole troop of baboons watching us. And baboons can be very dangerous if you get in the way of their lair or whatever. And one thing we did like about the baboons, it'd always be the boss baboon. He'd come check out things. Then he'd call the rest of the troop. We'd be by a little lake, small lake in the mountains, punching and doing things. And he was sitting there, like that. And then eventually the whole lot of them were there, all surrounded, watching us.
Would you be a bit reluctant to do kiais?
I don't know, but we were hoping that we might be teaching them a kata or two, but nothing happened. But
slow learners, yeah.
But those are the most beautiful moments.
What I got out of training in the outdoor is to get in touch with the elements, whether it's you feel the discomfort of the rain and the cold and then the heat.
Oh yeah.
And you're learning to deal with that. And then you can just put your mind into the movement and forget about those discomforts.
You know, funny that you say that. I think one of the most important things of clearing the mind is that you're clearing it of what? You're clearing it of depressions, of worries about the next day, what is going to be happening, will I have enough money, won't I, will that person give me a job or not. These are all the city worries, if you want to call it that. That's basically what I call it. So therefore, when you're out there, and now you're having to climb up and do training on the way up a mountain, you're actually clearing your mind. That in itself is a kind of, inverted commas, meditation. And then as we come down, we're very tired and doing free sparring on a very rough area with barefoot sometimes, other times with heavy shoes on, depending. So we're changing the whole thing. And then having to be very alert, that's clearing the mind. You can't be alert with an unclear mind. So that is the meditation. I call it moving meditation.
Clearing the mind.
Well, I think one of the most important things that you've raised here is the fact that how we start anything like a kata. We're going to do a series of moves, very serious stuff on it's what our body, what our intellect's doing, everything. So the first thing is that we bow. Why we do that? Who are we bowing to? It's like fresh air? No. In my case, I would bow to God's spirit, but other people, you might be bowing to the people sitting around. That's also good. Now they say yoi. What does that mean? Be ready. Now this bow in itself is a self-defense technique. Why? Because what does it mean? It means respect, having respect. So therefore, if I have respect, and I can show respect even from the worst guy who might confront you in the street, that's happened to me. I've beaten people that way. By showing them respect, they don't want to hit me. So, I believe that that's the first self-defense. The second one is yoi, they say. Yoi just means be ready. So that is a kind of meditation already, just those two things. Then we say kamai, that means get into position to do the job. Carpenter would have to get into position, there's a plank here, he has to saw. Is that right? Like this? Yes, no. Right position, then he saws that plank perfectly. So getting into the right position in anything in life, whether it's putting your shop on this corner or that corner. So there's three things already, and it goes on and on. It's too many to mention now, about the kinds of visualization. Now is the next one. You want to get better, don't think sick. I want to get better, you see yourself as healed.
Reflexes must be honed to maximum sharpness. That club is heavy.
Please remember one thing, that the countryside has its dangers and its traps.
And we might be behind a tree to trap you.
Even an attack with a fearsome stick does not scare Stan. superhuman.
Superhuman? No, not at all. But I must say that I have fought people who I consider superhuman. In the field of golf, we take Gary Player, I would consider him superhuman. And our top karate men, those who put great effort in, have got there because of this effort and their dedication and self-discipline. Physical and mental well-being, as well as concentration, alertness and adaptability. And if these aren't qualities which equip one for the outside world, then I don't know what is.
I think it's his ability to get on with everybody, particularly the Japanese, which I don't think was always easy for others.
Yeah.
He got on very well with them. He seemed to understand them, and as well as the people in his classes seemed to take very well to his type of teaching, which was quite rigorous to start with, quite a lot more aggressive initially, and then of course it's sort of mellowed out. But I mean, it was very difficult for the people in the classes in the beginning, but people seemed to accept that, and so I think it was just an ability, a sort of a charisma that was always there, a leadership charisma that was always there for him, and he was very successful as one of the first people that went to Japan and came back to start teaching in South Africa.